All right, here we go. So today not going to be a long training. It's going to be something real short. First of all, I want to give a shout out back to Jerome and Anas. Last night I was on a call with Jerome and Jason Brown, and Jerome is helping me to get this chairman money, even though I get this Forex money, but Jerome is definitely somebody that I respect highly because he doesn't care how big or how little you are, he's gonna help you, and I really appreciate that. The same goes to Jason Brown. I've known Jason for like two years now. We both live in Miami. I've known Jason from when he was a chairman 8 to now a chairman 500. And Jason that dude got so much love for people. He doesn't care how little you are, how big you are. He's gonna help the team. Yesterday it was a call like 16 people, and he got on a call, and he did it as if he was talking to thousands of people, and that's the type of leadership that you need. People like Jerome, Jason, Anas, right? That's the type of leadership that you need in order for for us to get to that point, and that's what we need to strive to be in order for us to be at a certain place. This morning, I was listening to Les Brown, right? He said, some of the people I listen to, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Gary Vee. I always listen to people that get my mind right. As a trader, you gotta have your mind at a certain place. Let me mute everybody. Hold on. If you can mute yourself, please do that. I do hear it's not needed. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so like I was saying, like if you are a trader, you got to make sure that your mind is right. As a trader, if you're not having a good day, I suggest you don't trade. This week I haven't traded at all. Not that I'm not having a good or bad day. It's just because it's not every time that you trade. All right, there's sometimes you look at the market. All right. There's sometimes that you look at the market and it's just not a setup. So what is a setup? A setup is basically you wait for the market for price to hit resistance or the support, which is the floor, supply or demand, which today I'm gonna talk about, Fibonacci, which today I'll talk about. The trend line, you wait for the market to reach those areas before you go in the market. All right. Sometimes we are very we rush things. This week, like I said, I have not traded. So like I'm looking at the market, it's not looking good. For me, so I'm not trading. That's why swap trades has not really come in like that because it's not really. It's setting up for Friday, which Friday is NFP. For those that don't know, is a non-farm payroll, which is the first Friday of every month. All right, the first Friday of every month is non-farm payroll for the U.S. currencies. All right, it affects heavily on the U.S. currencies. So this Friday, if you have live account, please be careful at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Please be careful when you're trading because the market is going to be very volatile. It could go up and down within seconds. All right, so be very careful. All right, so today I am going to be talking about supply and demand. All right, in the past weeks we talked about the market, the trend. 2 weeks ago, last week we talked about support and resistance. Today we're going to talk about supply and demand. How many people here already know what supply and demand is or have heard of that before? How many people here have heard of supply and demand before or know what that is? Just put yes or no if you did. Let me see how many people. Yes? 111? Okay, 111, yeah. That's that. Okay, we got. Anybody here don't know what supply and demand is? Anybody here don't know what supply and demand is? I want you guys to be, interactive. I like being I definitely like being interactive. I like people that are interactive with me. All right. So supply. All right. So supply and demand is similar to resistance and support. All right. The supply is the top. The demand is the bottom, and it's basically areas. All right. It's a range. It's a range in areas. So when you see, I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on 1 second. Supply and demand is used the same way, similar to support and resistance. Share the screen. It's basically areas where the market is going to, that it is going to reverse, okay, or it has a higher tendency to reverse. All right. So tell me if you ever seen something like this. As this before. Erase everything here. All right. So how many of you guys have seen something like this? Can you guys see my screen? Please type on one if you can. You see my screen? All right, cool. Cool. All right. So how many of you guys have seen something like this? Yes? No? Yes? Let me put this. All right. So for those of you, good. So the demand is the bottom, supply is the top. All right. Okay. Nope. Okay. It's fine. I'll explain it to you. All right. So this is one of the things that we use in order for us to. That's fine. That's fine. You need to trade in? Cool. Cool. I got you. No problem. So supply, demand is the bottom, supply is the top. All right. So for example, let me for those people that are, and I'm gonna tell you how to draw it. Don't worry. So this is the area where when the market comes to, it's gonna reverse, or it can reverse, right? So again, demand is the bottom, supply is the top. So let me write that down. Demand is the bottom. Supply is always at the top, just like support and resistance. Support is at the bottom. So supply is the top. All right, I'm gonna show you how to draw it. For those of you that are new, you can watch this, but it would be better if you go watch the other videos from the trend. You know how to identify the trend, and also just support and resistance. So how I draw my supply and demand, this is very basic, very simple. All right, I look on the higher time frame. Okay, I look, so supply is the top, demand is the bottom. All right, I'm gonna erase it. So I look at the higher time frames and I go, well, depending on how you trade, some people are scalpers, some people are intraday traders, some people are swing traders. All right. So depending on the time frame that you trade, if you're a scalper, which is going in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you know, going in and a trade coming out, you definitely want to be looking at the lower time frame, which is an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. You know, that's what you want to be doing. If you are intraday, you want to be looking at your daily for your 4 hour. All right. If you are a swing trader, you want to look at your monthly, your weekly, and your daily. All right. So how to draw supply and demand. What you do is you look for where the market, the first thing you want to do is where the market stops. So on this uptrend, right? On this uptrend, you want to look for where the market stops to reverse. Buy, sell limit. Yes, you can use that as a buy limit or sell limit. Correct. Just like support and resistance, you can do the same thing. So anytime you see on swipe trades, they say buy limit here, sell limit here. For those that don't know what that is, buy limit, sell limit are buy stop, sell stop. You know what? I might go over go over it today too. All right. Somebody please remind me at the end to go over buy limit, sell stop, buy stop. Okay. Somebody please. So on an uptrend, right? We're looking at this trend right here. It's clearly an uptrend, right? Why did it stop reversing? Or why did it stop over here to come back down? Right? Why did it stop to come back down? Why did it stop to come back down? Right? So this is where supply and demand. In this case, on an uptrend, we're looking for a supply. Right? Supply is at the top. Right? Why did it stop? Now, how to draw is that you want to look at the candle that started the movement down, the big candle that started moving down, all right? So the big candle, the candle that I see in this case that started moving down, you can either choose this one or this one. I'll choose this one, all right? Either this one or this one. So you can see that this is where the downtrend started. You want to look at the candle. Now, these are secrets, all right? These are things that I learned from my mentor. A lot of times you go into other training, they just, they see something, they just draw this. You know, like you want to be precise. They just do something like this, right? That's not precise, right? This is where the market reverse. Yes, we see that, but that's not precise, right? You could also do something like this. You see this area, this is where you think it is, whatever. All right, a lot of people do that. Areas where you see, you see rejection, right? You draw like this. Some people like this on a daily. So if you're drawing on the daily, if you go into a lower time frame, you see it very big. Right, I'm going 4 hours. You see that? You see that area very, very big. See that, right? So this area right here is very, very, very huge. All right. So just watch which time frame you're drawing it on. I draw it on my daily because I'm an intraday trader, right? I trade like 4 hours a day, stuff like that. That's what an intraday trader means. A scalper is 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Intraday trader is like 4 hours, 8 hours, trading. And a swing trader is trading for weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, months, 6 months. Those are swing traders. The banks are swing traders. The banks use our money and they swing it. So they go low. So risk low, high reward. All right, that's always the goal. Risk low, high reward. All right. So how you look at this is you look into a time frame or look into see where the movement started to come down. Right. There's so many cases here where we can draw it, but I always like to draw it in the medium, or like medium where the middle is. Right. So in this case, when I look at this, I would draw it, and usually like my supply and demand, I usually where the support and resistance is. It's usually I look in that area. So you draw from the candle, the previous over. So you look for where it started going down. In this case, I use this candle, right? And you draw from the previous candle's wick to the next candle's body. All right, the previous candle's wick to the next candle's body. So again, you look for the area where the market started to come down, right? On an uptrend. Swap coin. I don't know if y'all seen it. Those that have it, go. It's an alert. Swap coin lit, buy limit, EOS USD. Y'all see that? Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I'm about to be lit in this thing. All right. Let me finish. Let me finish training because right now I feel excited. you see it, Aaron and Melissa? You see it? I'm excited about that. Hey, go put it in real quick and come back. No, I'm playing. Let's do this training. Let's do this training. All right. I'm just excited. I'm excited. All right. So again, you go to the current the candle that started to reverse, right? The candle that made the movement to reverse on the reversal side. So this candle right here, you go to the previous candle, which is this blue candle right here. In my case, it's a blue candle. The wick to the next candle's body. I'm gonna show you guys closer. I don't know why I'm coming in. Wow, I can just zoom in. It's crazy. That's that 305 live. All right, so see the candle, the wick. For those that don't know what a wick is this little stick thing right here. All right, this little stick thing. A wick is basically what it is that there used to be, it's basically the market rejecting, right? So in this case, you had buyers. You had buyers here, buyers. And the buyers got trapped because there's a resistance. There's a supply up there, right? So amateurs come in and see all this blue right here, or in your case, it might be green, right? And they look buy, not knowing that there's a roof, there's a cap, right? So if you're in a bottle, right, like this bottle right here, right? I started to drink. You know, I'm on a water challenge for 2 weeks, right? Drinking nothing but water, trying to stay healthy, right? So in this water, right, I fill it up, or let's say there's a spider in there or something, a bug in there. They go up, not knowing that it's a cap. There's something on the top. So it has nothing to do but to come back. It can't overflow, right? So the same thing goes with Forex, that it's like you have to learn where the resistance, where the supply is. All right. So this is one of the things. Last week, we went on some other things. So again, you have to go at the previous candle's wick. So the top of the wick to the next the top of the next candle's body. Do you understand that? Please type a 111 if you understand that. Please type a 111 if you understand that. Let's see what's popping. Let me see if we're getting it. Let's see if we're understanding it. Okay, because I just want to make sure everybody understands. I'm good. Aaron, cool. Michael, cool. Justin, cool. Paul, cool. Melissa, cool. That's what I like to hear. All right. So it's basically that simple. All right. You draw supply and demand. You look at the reversal. So let's go on a downtrend. Let's look for it. We look at an uptrend. Let's look for a downtrend. So type ask a question. What is it? Alawale Daniel, type what exactly don't you understand? JPY, let's see. FXCM. That's funny. What exactly don't you understand? If you're brand new, do you put a buy limit at the bottom of EU? Hold up. We're gonna get to that after this, okay? Boy, Tassie don't play, boy. She be asking these deep questions. So all right. So for UJ, one of the places that I'll put a buy limit is, buy limit. She got me saying buy limit. Will be right here, right? Because you can see this is where the market has been rejecting. This is daily. All right. You can see another place could be right here, in this area right here. But how do you know? Where do you find it? How do you draw it? All right. So let me go to so in this case, one of the easiest things that I look for is look for space. Look for where the market rejected, like in this case right here, and look for space. There's a whole bunch of space. Right here, we see a whole bunch of space, 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 space, right? Space right here, space. If you go on a lower time frame, let me go to 4 hour. You see these areas, right? For those of you that know about the training that I did before, you can see an uptrend. right? See higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? We see this. So right now the trend is an uptrend for UJ, and this is a 4-hour, right? Even if I go on the daily, you still can see that. Is it daily? 4-hour, right? So supply and demand. All right. So one of the areas how I do it is I do it based off my support and resistance. So let me go to my chart. All right. So this is my chart. I'm a delete the supply and demand. Delete supply and demand, and I'm gonna draw a new one. All right. So, I don't know what these are. I probably did that. Delete that. Hold on, let me see if I go back. All right. Hold on. Delete that. I think this is something I was showing somebody. Probably my squad or something. All right. So supply and demand. So based on my support and resistance, as you guys can see, I got my weekly, I got a weekly, I got a monthly, I got a daily, right? And these are relevant to where the market is. I could erase the ones at the bottom, but I believe that because this is a downtrend, it's gonna come test this weekly right here and come back down. All right. So how do you use support and resistance, supply and demand? In this case, price is here, right? So this makes this weekly line a resistance because it's above, right? Everything is below. So this is the resistance. I'll draw my supply and demand based on that. So based on so the market was going up here, right? Market was going up and it started rejecting, right? So this is a place where I would draw my supply, which is the top, right? Supply is the top, right? So supply is the top. So I'll draw it based on so the candle that started to move is this candle right here. I don't know why I keep coming in like that. This candle right here. This is the candle that moved, right? These right here didn't tell me nothing. This is the candle that moved and told me, okay, this is what I need to be looking at. And this wick right here is where I would start drawing my supply and demand. So what I will do is I'll go click my rectangular, go from the top of the wick to the top of the next body candle, and move all the way down to the current price, right? So I move all the way down to current price, and this is where it gets a little bit technical. You have to look at the price, right? So this is where it started to move. So when the market comes anywhere close here, all right, so you draw it based for your current. Sheesh, I gotta go all the way. I can't even see that thing in this case. All right, so where is it? All right, so when the market reaches, right, so I have my weekly resistance there, and I also have my supply there, right? So I have a supply there based on my, you can see it better here. So like in this case, like one of the things I like to do is just look at where the line is. So it's at 110,998. So just in case you miss it, if you go over and you can't see it. So right now it's close to where my supply is, right? Let me go to my daily. It's close to where my supply is, right? So this is where I expect the market to come to and reject. I expect it to come here, come to this, and then reject. I might not be able to go over fibs today. No, that ain't gonna happen. I'll do that another time. All right. So I expect it to come here and reject because this is a downtrend, right? So you want to sell on the top. You want to sell high, you buy low, right? So once the market reaches a certain places right here, this is where I expect. But the market could go break this weekly, right? It could break the weekly, come back down to retest, and then we will go in for a buy, right? So when it breaks this, we're not buying. We are not buying when it breaks your resistance on an uptrend. When it breaks your resistance, you're waiting for the retest. You're waiting for the market to come back down to retest this line, right? So it broke through the roof. Now I have to come and test. If the roof is strong enough, now is the floor, right? The roof became a floor. So you got to test if the floor is strong enough in order for it to go back up so they could hold all that weight. You know what I'm saying? So I think somebody, sell limit, correct. This is where you can put a sell limit, all right? This is what swap trades, this is what they do. All right? So they look at the market the exact same way I'm looking at, right? And you can see this is where you put a sell limit. So I'll put a sell limit at 110.349 and put a 20 pip stop loss, which is 200 micros. All right? For those that don't know what that is, please go on the academy and learn what a pip is, okay? So you put a sell limit here. So I'll show you with the sell limit. You know what? This is time to explain it. I'll explain what a sell limit and all that stuff is. So a sell limit is basically, explain it in a layman's term, is where you expect the price to go on an uptrend. Sell limit is only for uptrends, all right? Where you expect the price to go and then sell and then go back down, right? So in this case, I expect the price to go here based on my weekly resistance and then come down. So I'll put a sell limit at 110. So I'll put a sell limit at, I guess you can call this a signal. I don't do signals, but hey, it is what it is, right? You can put a sell limit at 110, 242, and you always want to put a 20 pip stop loss. So for those of you that don't know how to count a pip, 20 pips, you go to this thing right here, right? You go to price range, whatever this thing is called right there. Go to price range, and from that spot, from that point, what? I hate this. There you go. From this point right here, you will want to I never clicked it. Price range. All right, there you go. So from that point, do 20 pips. All right, so 20. Oh, golly. Yikes. I like to do 20 pips. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right, so you can't really see it. So this is how you would tell. So you put a sell limit. 20 pips will be at, where is that? 148. Basically 110 442. That'll be what this. So I'll put a sell limit. I'll put my stop loss right here. All right, let me change the color so you can see better. All right, so that's why I put my stop loss. I'll enter here, stop loss here, and your take profit is up to you, right? What you see. So like my take profit, like I trade 50 pips. Every trade I do is 50 pips. My take profit is 50 pips, which is 500 micros. All right, so 50 pips from the point that you sell will be price range again from the entry point to, and I guess I could do training on this as well, on the entries and all that stuff. So 50 pips, like somewhere around here. So just that move alone is my daily goal. All right, from here to here, that's my daily goal. That's it. That's what I'm looking for every day. That's what I look for every day, and that's where I am. I'm low risk. I ain't trying to catch all this stuff. Just catch your move, bam, exit. All right, I'm gonna do training, something as well on proper risk management, how to do it. I see a lot of people, post certain things, and I look at the account and I look at the lot sizes they're trading with. I'm like, this is not This is not a remedy for success. You can make that money as quick as you can make that money, as quick as you can lose that money. All right. So you got to be careful when you trade and when you post up stuff, because new people will follow what you're doing. And then when you fail, when you lose, you know, like you ain't gonna say nothing. When you win, you're gonna say something. When you lose, you're not gonna say something. I would say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like we got to be careful. Like we really got to be careful. How we're doing things. What pairs do I trade? I trade USD JPY, UJ. I trade AUD USD. I trade EUR USD. I trade USD Chef, CHF. And sometimes I dab into AUD JPY. I like the Australian, I like the Japanese, and I like the US. The reason why? Because of the time frames. So you got to know the time frame that you trade. What is the proper risk management? 1%, 1 to 2%, right? So if you have a $100 account, right? If you have $100, you want to be trading at 0.1. So for every 0.1, let me show you guys this, and then I guess I finished the sell limit, buy limit, whatever. So I trade like 5 pairs. So I have like 5 pairs. So every I'll post a recording right in the chat. Okay, I got you. Melissa, I'll post a recording right in the chat. Right after this, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube and post it. Okay, got you. So for every 1%, all right, what you want to do is that you want to. I got you, Melissa. No problem. For every 1%, for every $100, you want to be trading 0.01. All right. What I do is I risk 1% to gain 5% on a daily basis. I'm gonna go over that at a different time. All right. So let me finish this this sell zone. Sell limit, all that stuff. So I catch 50 pips every day. So for a week, I'm looking for 250 pips for the week. If I catch 100 pips in one day, I'm done for 2 days. Right? If I catch 250 pips in one day, then I'm done. I'm done for the week. That's it. I go on pips, not money. I don't chase money. Because if you know how to catch pips with a certain lot size, when you grow your account, you're catching the same pips, you're doing the same thing. Now you're chasing money. When I first started, I was chasing money. Let me talk real quick. When I first started, I was chasing money. I seen my mentors making 500, 600, 700 a day, right? And I was trying to do that same thing, but not realizing that I don't have their account size. They got $10,000 in their account, right? So they could easily catch 500, 600, 700. I had $100 in my account. I'm trying to catch 500. I got to catch a lot of pips to do that, right? So I learned real quick that I don't have that money that they have, so I can't make the money. It's not wise to make the money that they're making, right? So I wised up and started to properly risk and grew my account to a certain level, right? So I believe that you have to be smart. You know, don't just look at other people what they're doing, but follow the people that are succeeding. Follow the people that are doing the right thing, all right? So let me go back to this. Let me go back to the sell limit, buy limit. So sell limit, we understand, right? 1-on-1, if you understand the sell limit. No, I'm going to sell stop. Type in 1-on-1 if you understand the sell limit. Dope. All right. So dope. All right. So on the sell stop, honestly, like I didn't understand it before. I thought it was very dumb. But a sell stop is basically used for continuation of the trend, right? So a sell stop would be used for something like right here, right on this weekly resistance, right here on the weekly resistance. What you use a sell stop for is that right here, where the market is, where the market was. Let me mark it so you guys can see it. I don't know if you see my So let's say the market's right here, right? And you expect the market to come down in this end, and that's when you're trading with the trend, right? When it reaches here, you want to put a sell stop. You put a sell stop. Let me draw a box. Okay, so you put a sell stop around this area, right? Put a sell stop probably like right here. You put a sell stop right here for it to continue, right? So when the market reaches here, it came from here. When it reaches here, because at this point, like you don't know if it's gonna come back and reverse, right? You don't know if it's gonna come back and do this and fake your butt and go back up here. You don't know that's gonna do that. So what you want to do is you want to put a sell stop a little bit below where the supply and demand. In this case, your demand, which is the bottom, right? Where your demand is or your support is. You put a little bit low, put a sell stop, and when the market comes through, it will activate your trade for a sell. So a sell stop continues the sell. It continues the sell. Okay? I don't understand why people do that. Like, why not just put a sell up here and go all the way down? But the thing is that it's a safer way because you don't know if the market is going to reverse when it reaches up here, right? So when it reaches here, you put a sell stop and it continues. I'm going to send, you know what, let me send in the group right now before I forget. I believe I sent it before. I'm going to send it in the group right now where, no, it should be in the files. Let me know if you guys receive it. I'll put a sell stop. You guys should understand it. All right, sent. All right, sent. So the picture will better explain what it is. A buy stop and buy limit is the opposite. All right, buy limit. If you guys questions, please ask. I'm tripping. EUR USD. I know it's an uptrend, so I could go there. Hey, I didn't expect this to be this long, honestly. Right, so look, this is my chart right here. This is my. Right now we're in the sell zone, right, for EU. Even though it's an uptrend, we're in the sell zone. Buy zone, sell zone. I always say this. The trend right now, the EMA, SMA is going down. It's a sell, right? The trend is we're selling right now. But right now it's around the weekly with support, okay? So weekly support on a daily chart, we're looking for, it finally hit the place that I think, I thought that it was going to reverse. So I believe on Friday, it's going to, I think it's going to range for some time. On Friday, it's going to go bam, shoot back up. I expect this to go back up, and I expect UJ to go down. Okay, so it's going to range around that weekly. In this case, weekly support, and for UJ, it's weekly resistance up here, right? So a buy limit would be, let's say, so in this case, this was yesterday, right? And the market was over here. We would set a buy limit. Okay, I want to do something current. All right, let me just put a fake line. All right, so we got a line right here. All right, let's say this is support. So let's say this is support, and I expect the market to come all the way down here. You know what? Let me use another chart because I ain't with that. All right. So let's say I draw support down here, right? I expect the market to come down here and to go back up. So what I'll use a buy limit for is that I will put a buy limit at 1. So remember that this is an uptrend. Okay, so this is an uptrend. So I expect the market to come down to this point and to go back up, right? So I put a buy limit here at 18996, and when the market hits here, it's going to activate for a buy, right? Again, you put a 20 pip stop loss. Do we get it? Do you understand that? Please let me know if you don't understand it, even though if you understand it. Why Friday? That just, I don't know. It's always the first Friday of every month. That's on the news. That's news. So every first Friday of the month, the U.S. released the jobs. Basically, that's what it is. The jobs, non-farm payroll. How many jobs we have? How many this, the economy, how the economy is doing. So every Friday, the first Friday of the month, that's just the day that they picked. So for those of you that don't have news app, what the best thing I'll tell you to download, I use investing.com. It's an app, but the app is called investing.com. All right, so you can use that. All right, so buy limit, sell limit. I mean, buy stop is the same thing. Same thing as sell stop, except the opposite. So, for example, here, right, the market is here, and you expect it to, like you expect it to continue to go up. So you put a buy stop somewhere above the resistance or the support in this case, right? You put it up. When the market comes and hit it, it will activate for a buy. And if it continues, of course, you want to have a buy and have a stop loss below it. Okay, so you put a buy, stop loss below it. I think I'm gonna do a more deeper in-depth training with this. Those people that don't really understand it. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? About anything? Any questions? Do we understand supply and demand, how to draw it? Any questions? I like Justin, man. Justin's always active. Like I notice Justin. I always notice. Any questions? Anything for the new people? Any questions that you have? Like what I need to do? What to look for? So okay, good question. Confirmations. I'm gonna send that in the group chat. I have a checklist that I use. I have a checklist that I use. Where is it? That's a great question. When I trade, if I'm getting in the market, I usually have 3 to 5 confirmations before I get in the market. Right? I would not get in the market unless I have 3 to 5 confirmations. Right? So you don't enter the market based on your feeling, how you feel. You don't go, oh man, I think it's gonna do this. Nah. You gotta make sure that you have confirmations, which I'm gonna send in the group chat right now for you to have my checklist to enter a trade. The people that's with me, they already know this. But this is my checklist. Now remember, guys, I have a specific way of trading, so you don't necessarily have to trade like me. Yes, I'm gonna do FIPS training. Yes, I say I'm FIPS. I didn't expect this to be this long, honestly. But you know, I like to teach, so I just keep going. The train is your friend. You sure about that? Have you guys received that in the group chat? I just sent it. All right. So one of the things that you got to do, you got to make sure that one of the things that I make sure is the market always has to be at the support resistance, supply demand. It has to be touching the trend line. That's one of my FIPS is my second one. My EMA SMA is my third one. And it's always, I will not enter. I don't care if I have 5 confirmations out of this. If it's not a retest, I don't enter the market. All right. If it's not a retest, I don't enter the market. And basically what a retest is, once it breaks a certain point, right? Once it breaks a certain point, you want to wait for the market to retest right here. Once it breaks a certain point, right? So in this case, in my EUR USD, go to my chart, right? So how do you check supply and demand? Wait, somebody. How do you check supply and demand? Somebody, Denzel. Okay, I got you, Denzel. I got you. Okay, Matthew, got you. Matthew, got you. Currency. I forget that there's two groups in this. Let me send that supply and demand stuff too. I mean oh, let me see where it is. There it is. Matthew, you should see it now. Tell me if you see it, Matthew. Should be good. Do you guys see it? Got it. Okay, cool. Thanks for saying that, because honestly, I forgot. My bad. All right, so what was I saying? Retest. Okay, so you also want to wait for the retest, right? In this case, the trend line, right? So in the trend lines, for the trend lines, look at this. It went up, retest. That's when I enter, right? Based on trend line. Went up, retest, right? Now I would have entered right here. I would have entered right here. I'd have lost 20 pip stop loss, whatever, right? It went all the way down. Now I expect it to come back up to retest this trend line. If it's going to continue going down, it has to retest the trend line, all right? So these are things that we look for. It's so many things that we look for when we're trading. We look for support and resistance, where it's going to retest at, where it's going to break at, the trend line, your Fibonacci, which we'll go through the next time. So trading, you know, once you learn it, it's easy. It becomes very, very easy. Before I leave, I want to ask if anybody has a question. John, you don't see. John, which group are you in? Are you in Free Minds, or are you in Currency Gain? Currency Gains. Which group are you in, John? Because I sent it to both. All right. Anybody have any questions? No questions? All right. If there's no questions, I'm about to do the recording. I'm about to upload it right now, and probably give me like 10 minutes. It'll be out and ready, or just a touch to the trend. Yes, I will. I will, Paul. I will. Thanks for your guys. You're welcome, man. Look, listen. When I say I'm here for you guys, please reach out to me. When I say reach out to me, all right? Reach out to me. I'm here to help share the wealth, share everything that I've learned, the knowledge that I have. I want to share everything. Like I could go on for like 2 hours, like going deep in details. But I know that, you know, time is precious, and probably there's gonna be some times that I go on. All right. But today, this is my time. I want to thank Anas. I want to thank Jerome for giving me this time again. Guys, reach out to me on social media. Mr. Dankwa, just follow me, Mr. Dankwa, social media, and you will see me. So Mr. Dankwa, reach out to me. I'm there. I'm lit. All right, guys. You guys have a good day. Have a blessed one. Enjoy.